Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhidiritam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Granantiji Bhurida Janaha. We have seen the discussion of Sri Ramakrishna with Mahendranath Gupta regarding the incarnation of God. In the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna says that the advent of the incarnations of God is meant to take our mind towards our divinity, inherent divinity. God graciously descends on the earth in various forms, and His divine play should be remembered and discussed so that we can follow His divine ways and become divine. We are already divine, but we have forgotten our divinity. So the divine awareness is necessary, for which the discussion on the incarnations of God are relevant. So in this series, Sri Ramakrishna says there are principally 10 avatars in the Hindu mythology. And there are 24 avatars also, and innumerable avatars. In the series of 10 avatars, we have started one by one. First was Matsya, second Kurma, and third was Varaha. These 3 avatars we have covered: fish, tortoise, and boar. Now the fourth in the series was Nrsimha avatar, which we are supposed to cover today. Now, the descriptions of these avatars appear in Srimad Bhagavatam. It has been said that there are 4 great rishis. Those are the spiritual offsprings of Brahmaji, 4 Manasputra, Sanakadi, Sanak, Sanatan, Sanandan, Sanat Kumar. They appear in a form of the child, and they are illumined persons. They went to meet Vishnu, but their guards, they mistook them. They did not allow them. So seeing their peculiar dress, they were all naked, seeing them peculiar, they were making fun of them. So these 4 great rishis, they cursed them, these Jai and Vijay, that you are not fit to remain here, you become demons. Accordingly, they became Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, and becoming son of Diti. मुझे कश्यप and Diti के पुत्र रूप से. Now Hiranyaksha, they are all demons. Hiranyaksha was killed by the Varaha avatar, which we have discussed. Now seeing the sad demise of his brother, Hiranyakashipu, he was also a demon. He went to make immense austerities. This is a point to be remembered and noted, that even the ill-motivated persons, they do lot of austerities, lot of effort. not to do any good deeds, but to increase their ill endeavors. So Hiranyakashipu did a very intense austerity in the mountains. In the meantime, their dynasty was totally unlooked for, so the Devas, Indra, went and took over the Patala and made the uniform kingdom. At that time, the Kayadhu was the wife of Hiranyakashipu. She was pregnant. So seeing Kayadhu in that condition, Indra took her to her abode so that she could kill the baby as soon as it is born. On the way he met Narada, the great saint. Narada told Indra that you cannot do that, because the child which is going to be born of Kayadhu is a great devotee of God. And devotee of God is invincible. Nobody can kill them. So you do not make this mistake and you leave this lady to me, because your effort will be futile. Hearing that and respecting Narada, Indra left Kayadhu with the ashram of Narada and went away. In the meantime, Hiranyakashipu continues his intense austerity, and the three worlds became alarmed by his intense austerity. So whenever there is an austerity, tapas, it generates great energy. There is also a great lesson to learn, that when we do something with intense concentration, that generates a great energy all around, bringing excellence to us and others. So when there was intense austerity continued in Hiranyakashipu, all the people went to Brahmaji and request him to stop this intense austerity, or his whole world he will make a hell, because he is gaining so much of negative power. So Brahmaji went there with Hiranyakashipu and told him that you need not do any more tapasya. What you want? Now see, the person is trying such intense tapasya not for any noble end. So our intention, motive is the most important factor in our life. These are the things to learn. He is a great, he has got this strength of mind and austerity. He is a great person, but everything becomes futile. What he asked, he said, please grant me a boon that I become invincible. I cannot be killed by any human being, any animal, any species created by you, anywhere, neither in the open, not inside, not in the daytime, not in night time. All clauses he gave so that it covers that he will be invincible. And Brahma, he agreed. He said, all right, your prayer is granted. So then he became very happy and he left his austerity and went to his Patala. And then Narada brought Kayadhu to his custody and left his wife with him. And gradually, Kayadhu gave birth to a son. His name was Prahlada. Now, it is interesting that Prahlada was a great devotee of God, one of the greatest devotee, Bhaktaraj kahlata hai. Greatest devotee of God, he was born out of a demon. So, the heritage, progeny, is not the principal factor. Even a great person can be born in any environment. There is a proof of Prahlada. So Prahlada was the fourth son of Hiranyakashipu. He had already had three sons. Prahlada was the youngest son. So naturally, Hiranyakashipu was very much pleased with this young child. But he didn't know that this child is a great devotee of Vishnu, whom he is treating as an enemy. So he sent Prahlada to the teachers, Shanda and Amarka, the teachers, to teach them the ideal things of life. The Prahlada was a born devotee. He went and he taught all the children of the demons that how to call on God and how to make God oriented. Just the reverse what Hiranyakashipu was trying to do. He was torturing the entire three worlds and telling everyone that there is no God. I am the monarch, I am the all in all in these three worlds. And he was invincible, nobody could give anything against him. He was very, very powerful by the boon of Brahma. So then, after a few days, he called Prahlada to his lab and asked him what has he learned in the school. Prahlada went on saying that I have learned that the only thing to do in the world is to call on God. He was surprised because he was an ardent enemy of God and his own son is propagating that the worship of God is the most propitious thing to do in the world. So he immediately threw him away and he ordered that this child, his own child, be killed immediately. And this note that this person, Hiranyakashipu, did so much of austerities and he is given an order to kill his own child because he is God-oriented. So accordingly, the Purana says that his subordinates tried all the means to kill Prahlada. You will be surprised to know the alternatives they made, the attempts they made. It's all listed there. He threw Prahlada from the top of a mountain, then made him drink poison, threw him in a fire, threw him in the sea, trampled him over the elephant, whatever method, and struck him with the sharp weapons, whatever method they knew, they applied, but Prahlad, they could not do anything to this Prahlad. So this is another lesson we learn, that those who are resigned to God, they are invincible. They need not worry, God protects them. If one is resigned at the feet of God, then he is immortal. This is what we learn from Prahlad's life. Young boy. And you will find that how great is this person, this Prahlada. Then when they totally failed, then Hiranyakashipu was more furious. Then one day he again called Prahlada and wanted to kill him. And then he challenged that you are talking about God. Where is he? I want to see him. Then he said, Father, he is everywhere. I can see him. The devotees actually see God everywhere. Then Hiranyakashipu pointed out to a pillar in his court. There is your God here? Prahlada says, yes, I see him here. Then Hiranyakashipu said, but I don't see him. So he brought his weapon and wanted to break open that pillar. Now suddenly the pillar broke and from there a huge sound came. So the incarnation of God appeared at that point in the form of Nrisingha. This is the fourth incarnation of God. Nrisingha means Narasingha, half body is of human being, half body is of lion. And it came with a tremendous power and strength and huge roar. Everything one went upon vibrating by his tremendous power and went on shouting. Hiranyakashipu became very much afraid. But then this Nrisimha was so much outraged. He brought Hiranyakashipu on his own lap, and he, with his sharp nails, he pierced his body, and then Hiranyakashipu died at that moment. Now all the conditions are fulfilled. It was neither day nor night, it was a twilight, and he called him at the doorstep of the court. Neither it was inside nor outside. All the conditions are fulfilled, and yet Hiranyakashipu lost his life. Now, but then the story was not over. The Nrisimha Bhagavan was so much outraged that everybody felt very much frightened, and he would not stop. Then all the gods went to Lakshmi ji and requested to pacify Bhagavan. But Lakshmi ji, when she came, he also fled away. He said, no, we cannot do it. Then Brahmaji requested that boy, Prahlada, to go and pacify his god. Prahlada went, fell at his feet, and Nrisimha Bhagavan became pacified. This is another lesson we learn, that God is pleased with his devotee, not with anyone else. Devotee and God are interrelated with a divine relation. When Prahlada came, then God became very much pleased, and then he said, you ask any boon, Prahlada. Now see, the boon what Prahlada asked, that is most important. He said that my father, due to the death of his brother Hiranyaksha, he misbehaved with you, please forgive him. That was what Prahlada asked. Then he said next, that I am a devotee of God, and my father has tried all sorts of means to torture me, to kill me, give so much of stress and pain on me. Please forgive him, so that the sin may not touch him. These are the saintly qualities we must imbibe. A saint never curses. Prahlada was tortured so much, but he prayed for the person who tortured him, and Bhagavan granted the boon. So then he went away, and the story says that God descends on earth to teach some lessons, that if our motive is not correct, then whatever we may do, whatever we may achieve, how much power we may have, we must have a wealth of the entire three worlds, but ultimately we are going to ruin ourselves. The goal of life is to be alienated with God, not with the evil forces. So for which this our series of the incarnations of God are great lessons in our life. We'll discuss the next incarnation of God, Vaman Avatar, in our next Sunday class. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. We close now with the chanting of the Lord. Please join with me. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om. Thank you.